episode 2 of No Whining coming your way right now. We've got 2 wines to taste today, both of which are actually from places on the globe that wouldn't be top of mind when you're thinking about classic wine regions. But you can find some amazing wines from places you wouldn't initially suspect. So let's go to wine number 1. This is a Chardonnay from Hamilton Russel Vineyards. This is a 2021 vintage. Now, let's talk vintage real quick. With most food and something like beer, you can produce that year round, but with wine, there's only one harvest every year, hence the vintage year that you see on wine bottles. This hails from South Africa. This is actually from the Himel and Arda Valley in the Cape South Coast region. So this is just a little bit southeast of Cape Town. These grapes are grown in very clay-rich soil, which tends to make for bigger wines, right? Bolder fruit flavors, etc. This was also aged for 9 months in French oak, and this vintage and that growing season that year, there was cooler than normal temperatures, which led to a little bit of a later harvest for this vintage. Now, where am I getting this information from? This is something that I would encourage you to do, to not just like drink wine, but when you start tasting it and learning about it, it becomes really fascinating to go back and you can look up online the tech sheet for a wine and where some of the aromas and the tastes and the character, like I said, of the wine comes from. Well, it's what region is it from? How is it not only harvested, but then what is the process after that? The fermentation, the aging in oak barrels, and some of them are aged in steel barrels, et cetera, et cetera. And that's going to influence the taste profile as well. So it's really fascinating what you can find out from doing a little bit of research and looking up the tech sheets of the wines that you are tasting. Okay, hope that makes sense. Let's get into wine number 1. This is a pale yellow color. Let's give it a sniff. All right, I'm getting some yellow apple there. Definitely lemon, some pear, a little bit of peach. Also has some butter on it, which would come from the 9 months aging in the French oak. And then a little bit of wet stone. Smells like a wet stone. Let's give it a taste. All right, this is a rather full-bodied white wine for sure. It's pretty darn high acidity. The alcohol is about like moderate, what you would expect for this. I feel like it is, it's 13.5%, which is about standard issue. It's not sweet. It's definitely not sweet. It's a dry wine. And the same flavors, definitely like that butter's coming through, which is really, really nice. Again, the yellow apple, the lemon, all of that. I like it. It's got a nice, long, buttery finish to it. It's strong acidity and like a big-bodied wine, but it's also got that real vibrant fruit that balances it all out. So this is definitely a winner. This is a great wine. If you need something to pick up, you're looking for a great white, a nice Chardonnay with a little bit of oak on it. Now this wine is a little more expensive than like in the last episode. Those were both $20 or under. This is around $40, but well worth the price in my opinion. All right, let's go to wine number 2. This is a Casta de Vinos. Chardonnay is the name of the wine, 2018 vintage. This is actually from Mexico. The specific region is Valle de Guadalupe. This was aged 14 months in American and Hungarian oak. This is a blend. So this is 60% Syrah. This is 30% Cabernet Sauvignon and 10% Mourvèdre. So there you go. It's a blend, obviously, and that sounds delicious. Let's give it a shot. I'm thinking it's going to be really good, and here's why I'm thinking that. This was actually the first wine I remember falling in love with. My wife and I were down in Mexico. We went to this really fancy restaurant. We found out how fancy it was when we got the $350 bill for the two of us. But This wine was amazing. Like I said, first one I really fell in love with. Now I've had this at home because I've been saving it for a special occasion to open it, and I figured that this would be it. So I've had this for a while. This is a 2018 vintage, and I didn't store it the best. So I'm hoping that the wine is still okay. We are about to find out. Here we go. All right, this is a medium ruby color. The outer rim is a little bit of color variation, which may be from the aging. Vibrant fruit flavors, some dark fruit, blackberry, definitely plum, blueberry, got a little raspberry in there. Also getting some vanilla coming through, which would be from the oak. Got some sweet tobacco in there, some chocolate as well, and a little bit of aroma of violet. Let's give it a taste. Wow, that has some really vibrant fruit flavors coming through. All the ones that I mentioned previously, and then it's even got a little bit of some earthiness to it, right? This is a pretty big wine. It's not a huge wine, but it's definitely a pretty big wine. Pretty full-bodied, medium tannins. In the last video, that Tempranillo had much higher tannins than this does. Like those you could really pick up on. This is not quite as much, but it does have a fair amount of acidity. And again, those things are balanced out really nicely by the fruit flavors on the back end. It's just like the fruit in this wine is absolutely amazing. So this definitely has bold, dark fruit flavors, but this bright acidity as well. This actually is great. I was worried that this wine might be spoiled, but it's definitely not. It's got these amazing, again, fruit layers on the finish. It's just such a delicious wine. I'm telling you now, this might be the disappointing part of this episode. This is kind of tough to get. Now, if you're in California, I believe that you can get this wine, but it's pretty difficult otherwise. Like you have to be down in Mexico to get it. I have not seen it up here in the States, but if you're ever down that way in that region in Mexico, definitely check this out. This is a brilliant, delicious wine. The Chardonnay from Hamilton Russel, the 2021 vintage, was amazing as well. These two are winners. So in our first two episodes, we are 4 wines in and we are 4 wines strong. I hope you enjoyed this, and we will see you in the next one.